It's time to talk with Jay Foss.
Thanks so much for calling in. I really appreciate you.
You're welcome. I appreciate you too, Jay Foss.
The magic happens when you have the right person in the right place at the right time.
If we're having fun, everyone else is going to have fun naturally.
Keep it local radio.
I'm obsessed with transformations on this show. And so I guess that in this case, you are that paradigm shift. You are the thing that transforms people. That's what people call me.
Want to connect with Jay? Dial in.
But then the question is everyone tuned into the right frequency?
Are you tuned in?
Making our corner of the world a little brighter.
Did you make the right decision here? Like, are you, did you bite off more than you can chew?
In figuring out what makes people tick whenever we start something new.
Yeah.
There's always that question of,
raising your inner voice.
wait, was this too much? Did I start hiking a mountain that's a little too high for my level of
With
experience?
Jay Foss.
It's a quote by Thoreau. The price of anything is the amount of life you exchange for it.
Not just another talk show.
We cover all things that make us human.
It's time to be heard.
How can my values and how can these inner thoughts that I have help me be a more whole human being?
Online and on air.
We can't legislate being a good, decent human being. So what can we do? We can become more active in this community.
Raising your inner voice with Jay Foss.
Hey, party people. Welcome back to Raising Your Inner Voice. We take these Sunday evenings and do that. We raise your inner voice, and I raise my inner voice together. It's a whole raising of voices, whether it's inner, outer, or upper. There's a trifecta there. And thanks so much for being here. Just diving into the topic for this evening. There's no guest lined up, or rather, maybe I should say that you are the guest that I have lined up. Because you are welcome to call in and chime into the conversation. Would love to have you chime into the conversation. Shout out to Lisa. Thank you for being here. Thanks for joining the conversation. What are we talking about tonight? On Raising Your Inner Voice, we are discussing how you are enough. And implicit in that is that you are good enough. It's not just that you are enough. It's that you are good enough for what, Jay? For what, you might be asking. And that's actually a question that I cannot answer for you, right? I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to give you anything. I am here as a sounding board to bounce your own inner voice off of. And the way that we do that is through discussing, and feel free to clickety clack clack on the tippity tap tap on the keyboard, or give me a call. 617-843-5393 is the phone number to call. You can leave a voice memo if you are listening to this podcast afterwards, or you can chime in right now. I love it. Lisa says, well, I've had enough of not being enough. Yeah, isn't that so true? Right? Whether you're trying to start your very own rock band, or if there's anything else in your life that is really calling you, yeah, I've had enough of not being enough. Who is it that even tells us that we're not enough? Usually it's like these outside forces. I don't even want to call them voices or perspectives, because I don't think that that's even what they are. It's almost like our thoughts can get carried away, and our feelings can get carried away of inadequacy. And then we feel and inherently think that we are not enough, not good enough. But yet deep down, when we take that time, that liminal space in our lives, and really listen to something deeper that's ruminating and that has a deeper wisdom almost within our bodies, within our beings, our complete beings, right? Because we're not just bodies. Something that is within our whole being. If that's saying to do something, to be something, then you are enough. You've already got it. You have everything that you need to do whatever it is you need to do. Many times conversations like this, I think, tie in well if you have anything on a bucket list or a to-do list, but really you don't even need that. Yeah, just knowing that you are enough. It's so good when it's like taking a deep breath, or maybe having a glass of water after you've not had a glass of refreshing water in a while, and being able to admit that to myself, at least, it's a very reassuring feeling. But even the word feeling doesn't seem like it captures what I'm getting at, the essence of what being enough is. But yeah, I love Lisa's comment. I've had enough of not being enough. Yeah. I mean, who decides that? Where do we get these things if it's not even outside voices? Where is it that we feel this way or think this way? Like, where do these thoughts come from? Where do they ruminate from if deep down you do have this longing, urging sense, right? It almost seems like it's a part of ourselves. I don't know, maybe I have split personality disorder or something where I'm conflicted with these sides of myself. But it's this deeper knowing and wisdom within me that says, yeah, of course I'm enough. But at the same time, there's thoughts and emotions that are in conflict with that. So how do you know what to listen to? Maybe, well, this would be interesting. Maybe there are areas where you're not enough, right? And that I would term as wishful thinking. So I'm not talking about wishful thinking in saying that you are enough to do whatever it is that you feel like you need to do, or to be, more importantly, to be whatever it is that you should be. Because you're already there, you're already doing it. And whether that means you're at the beginning of training for a marathon, whether that means you are forming a rock band that you wanted to, maybe it means that you're already doing something like doing the podcast, doing the radio show that you feel like, yes, this is an outlet that I need. And not only do I need it, I feel like it's something that will help maybe even one other person, right? Because if we're all truly in this life together, which you know my view on that, if we're all truly in this state of being together, then we will affect each other. And you are enough to help someone else. You are enough to be an inspiration to yourself and to other people. It's that inner outer duality thing going on. Would love to have you chime in. Let me know your thoughts. 617-843-5393 is the phone number to call to get on Raising Your Inner Voice this evening, or anytime. Leave me a voice memo. Shoot me a text message to that same number, 617-843-5393. And let me know how it is that you know that you are enough. Because if this is something that really resonates with you, what is it deeper within you that lets you know that actually confirms that you are enough, that reassures you that you are enough? It's got to be something deeper, right? Because I think that on the surface of things, that's where we get into that frantic, fearful, well, I don't know, that's just a crazy idea that I have. Maybe I'm not enough to do whatever it is that I want to do. Maybe I'm not enough to run the marathon. Maybe I'm not good enough to actually put my health first. Maybe I'm not enough to chase this dream job that I've wanted. Even though you have that desire, it's a deeper inert desire. That, I think, is worth listening to. I mean, that's the whole concept behind Raising Your Inner Voice, right? It's that we can talk about these things. We can delve into this sense of having, being, and even doing more than just what we do, because you are more than the sum of the parts, right? You're not just a brain. You're not just your feelings. You're not just your body. You're not just your spirit. You're the combination of all those things. And it's the combination of things that really, it makes us feel alive. It makes us feel whole and complete and worthy. I almost think that overcoming these things, right, have to do with the way that we were formed and senses of worthiness. So it could be that when I feel these things, I was going to say you, I'm not going to put this on you. When I feel these things, maybe it's a sense of unworthiness that I'm actually struggling with. Maybe it's a sense of, you know what? I just need some reaffirmation. I need some reassurance that, in fact, I'm good enough. You're good enough. And that in and of itself is both comforting and inspiring. And it doesn't mean that you need to force anything. You don't need to try to make something happen that really can't happen, right? That's where we get into that wishful thinking aspect of it. But what is it? I mean, the fact that you have a deeper desire inside of you means something, right? It's there for a reason. And if it's something that you've had for a long time, if it's something that you haven't just come up with, but you really have had for a long time, and it's tangible, it's either something you can work towards, something you can work on, it's something that you can strive towards, then you should do it. And that's really what's at the heart of this, is that you are enough. You are good enough. I mean, if you run DMC, you could say you're bad enough, because bad meaning, not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good, right? So you could be bad enough to do something good enough because you're worthy enough. I'm having a little fun with words there. Let's see here. Lisa's chiming in. I feel like as we get older, we either stop caring what people think or you don't. I'm in my I don't care what people think, and I'm all about having fun and enjoying my life. Yeah, Lisa, that's great. That is awesome. Yeah. As we get older, I mean, that resonates with me. I certainly stop caring, or I care less. There's a people pleaser aspect to me that I do want to make people happy. But when it comes to making people happy with myself, I care less and less what other people think. And how you're having fun and enjoying your life is crucial, right? I mean, we discussed that over and over on the show with what makes you come alive. It's like, what is that music that makes you just feel in the zone, that gets you in the flow, that puts you in the groove, that makes you just feel like, goodness, this life is worth living. And not how do we live a better life, but how do we actually get in touch with those feelings? And how do we stay in tune with this deeper wisdom, knowing that we are enough? Knowing that no matter what, you are enough. Things will work out. Things are going in your favor. Now, that's really hard to swallow if you're in a phase of life when things aren't working in your favor, right? You can look around at your outside circumstances and say, yeah, sure, Jay, thanks for the nice well wishes, but my life isn't quite so simple. My life, it's not all rosy, right? It's not all flowing downhill from here. And to that, I say, but then what is that inside of you? What is that deeper wisdom that you have? I didn't put that there. I'm no magician. I did not put that inside you, right? It's where is it within you that has this deeper wisdom? And how is it that you can stop listening to other people, stop caring what other people think or don't think about you? And even that, I feel like so often it's less about other people, especially as we get older. So Lisa, you're onto something there. It's less about other people. It's more our fear of what other people would think or say or do about us. When in all reality, everyone's just busy with their own shite, living their own life and doing what they have to do to get through. But then the question that I keep coming back to for me is, am I actually doing that for myself? Am I viewing that I'm good enough, that I am enough to be doing this show? Am I enough to be showing up for my loved ones? Am I enough to not only do that, but have some fun and enjoy my life? While I'll even throw this aspect to it, while helping other people. Because it's not just about me. It's not just about you, right? I mean, many times those deeper longings and yearnings, they really affect and have repercussions for other people. Because it's not just all about us and the way that we can view it. It's how can I live my life maybe as an inspiration for one other person, or the way that I would view it is more just an encouragement for friends and family. Because that's, at the end of the day, where do we draw our best inspirations from? It's from people who are doing this. It's from people who are living their lives to the fullest and to the best of their capabilities. And those are the people that you want to be around more, right? Why? Because they're doing it. They're doing the thing that they want to be doing. So I don't know about you, but I want to get that. I want to get more of that in my life. I definitely want more of that. Do you? I think so. I mean, wouldn't that be something if we really surrounded ourselves with people who are like on fire for life? And obviously you can't overdose yourself on that, right? I mean, you still need to work, you still need to take care of the responsibilities that you have and do what you have to do. But when you have free time, that's a funny statement, isn't it? When you have free time, don't you want to be feeling alive and doing what it is that you were put, I was going to say put on this earth to do, but put on this earth to be, I think is a more exact statement, because you don't have to do anything. You are enough. It's those deeper desires that you have, and that's going to help you and help other people. I don't know. I've had negotiators on this show before, and they've told me that there is no such thing as a win-win situation. Someone always loses with a win-win situation. It's a spin on a scenario that there needs to be compromises on all sides. That's just what I've heard. Don't hate the messenger. That's just what I've heard. But how is it that we can get to that place where we are feeding our souls and living our lives in a grander sense? I think a lot of it has to do with this being enough. And I think that here's the funny thing is, I think you are enough because I don't see the things that you're struggling with, right? I can't see you showing up despite any of the fears that you have, and despite any of the ways that you're feeling, and despite anything that is blocking you from doing what you're doing. I see that for myself, but I can just view that with you and say, yeah, of course you're doing it. You're living the way that you should, because I don't get that inner glimpse into the way that you're functioning and working always. But it's so interesting to me because we are all the same, right? We all overcome things. People who are doing something and being something and living a certain way, that's why they're inspirational to me, is because they are either ignoring what they're afraid other people would think or say, or not, right? They just don't seem to care what other people are doing. They're grooving to their own dance. They are going into that. They are doing, they're doing the life, right? Lisa's chiming in again with making friends with senior citizens has been so good for me. It opened your eyes that time is limited. So do what you can when you can. Oh, that's so good, Lisa. I'm going to repeat that one for the people in the back of the audience. Making friends with senior citizens has been so good for me. It opens your eyes that time is limited. So do what you can when you can. Yeah. Time is certainly limited. I think we're going to dig into that in the next segment. For anyone just tuning in, this is Raising Your Inner Voice. The topic for this evening is that you are enough. Jay, enough for what? I don't know. I'm not inside your being, but I can tell you this much. You are enough, and you are enough to join the conversation. Would love to have you give me a call, 617-843-5393.
We continue Raising Your Inner Voice with Jay Foss.
Hi, folks. This is Gerard Moynihan of Moynihan Lumber. If you're replacing the windows in your home, please see the Anderson 400 series windows on display at any of our 3 locations in North Reading, Beverly, or Plastown, New Hampshire. The Anderson 400 is attractive, durable, energy efficient, and reasonably priced. Remember, Anderson is the most trusted name in windows. See the Anderson 400 at any of our 3 locations. That's North Reading, Beverly, or Plastown, New Hampshire, or at MoynihanLumber.com.
Moynihan Lumber, we measure up.
If you have any issues, topics, or voices that you think would be great to be heard on this show, please reach out, jay.foss@me.com. If you want to add your voice to the conversation, record a voice memo and email it to me, or tune in live Sunday evenings at 7 p.m.
How's your 401k? I'm Luke Noble of Noble Financial Group. As a certified financial planner, I know you can't plan for everything, but we can prepare you for life's twists and turns. We'll make a plan to help your money last through your retirement years. Our team is dedicated to helping you achieve your financial goals. Let us help. Visit NobleFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through MML Investor Services. Member SIPC. Noble Financial Group is not an affiliate or subsidiary of MML Investor Services.
Making our corner of the world a little brighter, online and on air. Raising Your Inner Voice with Jay Foss.
And you are back. Welcome back to Raising Your Inner Voice here on this Sunday evening. I love taking this time together on Sundays. When we don't have guests on, we delve into topics like this where you are welcome to join the conversation. And it doesn't even need to directly relate with the conversation that I bring up at hand. Why? Because you're good enough to join the conversation. Kate chimed in that she wishes she wasn't late. Don't worry, Kate, you haven't missed anything. And you are good enough as you are. And how do I know this, right? How is it that we delve into this topic? I guess perhaps because lately maybe I feel like I haven't been good enough, right? It's in hanging out with, well, doing what Lisa does, right? In hanging out with senior citizens, you know that time is limited. And the question is, for me, am I making the most of my days? Am I doing what I not should be doing? Because should is the wrong word to use there. Am I living in using my time to the best way that I want to be using it? And I think most of the time the answer is yes. However, there are times when it's like, no, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Is this really the best thing for me? Am I good enough to use my time? Not efficiently. Efficiently is not the right word. Effectively. Am I using my time effectively in the way that I want? So that way, when I am old enough, I can look back and say, yeah, I was using my time the best that I could in the ways that I could. And I have no regrets, right? There's an element of this that I think ties into having regrets or not having regrets and making sure that we feel good about who we are and knowing that, in fact, that we are good enough. Lisa's chiming back in. One of the seniors I take care of just said you have a nice voice, so you are enough, Jay. Thank goodness, right? Oh, thank you, Lisa, and thank you for your senior friend. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, right? It's not necessarily my outer voice that makes me enough. It's the inner quality. And that's the whole point, especially for, I think, most quote unquote adults, right? We need to take the time to listen to our inner voices. When we're kids, we need to actually raise our outer voices. And when we're seniors, I think we need to raise our upper voice. What do I mean by that? Well, I think we got the inner and the outer. The upper voice is seniors provide this certain role and element where they've listened to their inner voice already. They've listened and had to speak up with their outer voice or learned that they need to. And so they have a lot of wisdom that can't be just bottled up, right? That's what the upper voice is all about. It's something where, yeah, seniors, I think, have a lot of wisdom that we at least don't value often enough in our culture. I wasn't expecting to go down this road this evening, but I know. Yeah, what do you think about that? Do seniors provide? Are seniors held in a valuable place in our culture, i.e., the general U.S. American culture? I don't know that they are. And I don't know even what the age limit would be for that. But I do know that regardless of your age, you are enough. And I think that that's something that it's really reassuring to me. So no matter the stage of life that you're in, it's that you are enough. No matter the stage of life that I find myself in, it's that I'm enough. So therefore, we can take the regret off the table, right? Regret isn't something that we want to deal with or listen to or even practically speaking, ruminate on. We don't want to spend time on regret, because if you had to learn a lesson and you learned it, then there's nothing else that you need to do with that other than maybe take to heart what you learned. And if you're at a certain point in life where you could help someone else with that, right? This goes back to the whole helping other people aspect. If you can help someone else with that, then share it. Don't tell them what to do, but just share it, right? It's no different than sharing a nice fine whiskey with someone, or sharing a piece of cake with someone, or sharing anything else that's goodness that may brighten your day with someone else. And how you want to share it is up to you. But sharing that you are enough, and that, I mean, so we're all good enough, right? This goes back to the universal element of this topic, is that it's not just one for me and it's not just one for you. It's one for all of us, particularly for those who may not view that they are good enough, who may not view that they are worthy enough of what? Of that inner longing, of that inner calling that makes life worth living, and that will open your eyes to the fact that time is limited. It's one of the main limitations that we have on this crazy spinning ball in the universe that we're all residing on. Oh, Mother Earth. What a crazy, crazy place and a crazy time that we live in, that so many of us can be connected. So like whether you live in, I don't know, Myanmar, or whether you're living here in Massachusetts, I mean, so many other places in between, right? It's, you can listen to yourself and start pursuing and being whole, complete, full, a total package in and of yourself, despite how you may feel, despite any thoughts that you have that you are not enough, that you're afraid of being enough, that you aren't sure, right? It may not even be as concrete as fear or a scary thought. It might be something as simple as you're unsure. And so if you are unsure, I would ask, why is it that you think that inert desire was placed within you, right? Because we only have the time that we have to go out and live the life that we have. Now, you may be saying, Jay, this is sounding an awful lot like wishful thinking. So I want to touch on this, right? Someone on Facebook posted that you get what you fight for, not what you wish for. I'll repeat that. You get what you fight for, not what you wish for. So, Jay, maybe this is all just wishful thinking that you're talking about here. Why is it that I can say that it's not wishful thinking? Well, I'm not saying that if you really want to be president, that you therefore can go ahead and be president. No, instead, I'm saying that if you have something inert within you, and maybe it is being president, i.e. a leader, right? That you can, in fact, be a leader in your community, that you can be a leader to some degree within your sphere of influence. So that's where I'm saying it's different from just wishful thinking. Kate is chiming in, struggled much more when I was career mountain climbing. Hard. Yeah, absolutely, right? If you're trying to keep up with a certain career, yeah, that would be a struggle. And the struggle is real for so many people. I don't know. It seems like a lot of us are waking up to not necessarily doing what is expected of us, but rather listening to this. Yeah. Listening to this deeper desire. Kate's chiming in. She says it was stifling. Yeah, absolutely. It would be stifling. So Kate, where is it? How did you start listening to yourself? Why is it that you're not still career mountain climbing? That's a good phrase, career mountain climbing. What have you learned, right? That's really what I'm getting at with the heart of that question, is what have you learned? And share with us about your journey in that regard. We'd love to hear more. Now I'm pretty content being a small town Liberty Gibbet. That's funny, Kate. Yeah. See, all right. So you're chiming in with what exactly Lisa had learned. I learned not to care as much, not to care about what other people think. And yeah, isn't that so reassuring? That you're enough. See, here's the thing, right? We're all in this choir together, in the sense that it's not like I am telling you anything that you don't already know. It's that you are reassuring me of things that I already know, which is certainly a welcomed surprise in that regard. Yeah, there are times that I said this earlier in the show, I'm a bit of a people pleaser. So I'm learning not to put others ahead of myself, which sounds kind of strange, but as a person with people pleaser tendencies, and that's really what it is for me, right? It's a tendency. It's not something, I'm not always going around doing what other people want. It's just a tendency that I want to make sure that other people are good and okay. Kate chiming back in. Yes. And being happy where I am, who I'm hanging out with and such. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, and being, contentment, being happy. I mean, that's why you're enough, right? Is being happy and content with who you are something that you value? And can you, in fact, can you be okay with that? And that's something that I feel like I'm still in the process of learning. I'm not where I want to be with it, but I'm in the process of learning currently. But where does self-doubt come from, right? Does it even come from listening to other people? Is it a way that we were taught, either literally taught, or we just picked up on it through being around people who weren't living their best lives? I mean, that could be. And that's why it seems like more people are waking up to, not just climbing a career ladder, not just being okay with listening to other people, but rather being enough and being okay with that. Lisa's chiming back in. I felt not enough because I was raised to be quiet. I was afraid to use my voice. Then I was bullied, which made my inner and outer voice worse. I wish I learned I was awesome when I was young. Absolutely, Lisa. Yeah. Well, and it's so funny because, right, my initial reaction being the people pleaser, my initial reaction to that is like, I'm so sorry you went through that. But here's the thing, you have learned that you're awesome, right? So if you know that now, then at least you have that now. I mean, it'd be so much worse if you didn't learn that until later from now, and you just kept learning the same lesson over and over and over again. Yeah. Kate says, still have bad days and a hard time. Absolutely. Well, and you're human, right? That's why this show is a reminder. And that's why we're all in this together, is because this is something that I think that absolutely we all have days where we're listening to feeling not enough, particularly if you were raised to be quiet. Yes, Kate says yes, Lisa. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, and that's where societally, right? Kids were once viewed as to be seen and not heard. And I mean, that's something that most people, I don't think, value anymore. I think that most people, I mean, even if kids are causing a ruckus in, I don't even know where, if kids are just causing a ruckus in life, we know that it's okay, particularly little kids, right? Like, they don't know time and place. They don't know that you have to be quiet at times, or that you have to live through certain things and not respond. They're very direct with their responses. So if they're having a good time, you're going to know it. If they're not having a good time, you're going to know it. Lisa says, no humbleness here. No humbleness here, LOL. I don't go around saying I'm awesome, but I do say to myself, I am strong and capable. Yes, strong and capable. Well, and there's, you should view that you're awesome, right? I mean, that's the whole point behind you are enough. You're enough to be awesome. Absolutely. I don't know that. I'm trying to question myself. Is there anyone alive that doesn't need to hear that they're awesome? And it's probably people who already view that they're awesome and aren't afraid to tell you so. But even them, I'm going to go ahead and say that they're probably struggling with something else on the inside. So they need to know that they're enough as well. Right? I mean, that's ultimately we all need love at the end of the day. And if you're not getting that love from loved ones, but if you're not getting that love from anyone, then hopefully you are learning to love yourself, because how we treat others is a reflection of how we treat ourselves. So if we can't be honest and open and generous and caring and decent human beings, and if we can't just let people be, then that's really a reflection of we can't let ourselves be. We can't, right? If we're judging people constantly and doing all of that nonsense, then that's a reflection of how we are and how we treat ourselves. So being honest and open and accepting, I think, of other people is something that is a reflection of how we are with ourselves. So, yeah. I think it's okay to think that you're awesome. Absolutely. Especially knowing that in accepting that, you're overcoming a sense of being told that you're not enough. Because that's really, I guess, behind the whole kids are to be seen and not heard concept, is that kids, it's okay to look good, but it's not okay to actually be who you are, which is a horrible message for anyone. Anyone. I don't care how old you are. If you're in your 90s and you don't think that you are good enough to be alive and be in your skin and be in this moment, then let me just reassure you, you are enough. And if you're 5 or anywhere in between those ages, or even outside of those ages, that, yeah, it's absolutely worth reminding ourselves that regardless of our age, because we're all going to be there or have been there or might not get there. But regardless of age, you are enough. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, this is good. This is a good conversation, my friends. Thank you for joining the conversation. For anyone just tuning in, this is Raising Your Inner Voice. And this evening, we're speaking about the fact that you are enough. Enough for what, Jay? Okay, I'll repeat it. You are enough to be who you are and to accept yourself with all your flaws and any of your ways that you fall short. You are still enough. In any ways in which you are grand and all that and then some, you are still enough, right? Like there's no way of outgrowing that sense. Yeah, it is pretty amazing how a lot of the ways that we were formed impact us so much in our adult lives, because we're only formed for so long, and then boom, we're out in the world with everyone else. And we're not fully formed completely, which is why it's a good reminder that you are a full human being, right? With feelings, with thoughts, with emotions, with a spirit, with a body in full capacity in being who you are, with the ways that you have learned to cope and deal with things. And you know what? It's all a culmination of you being good enough and a full human being. And I need to remind myself of this too. I'm not here to just preach to you about this, especially since, at least with Kate and Lisa, I know that we're on the same page. And I'm really grateful for that. It's very reassuring, right? Knowing that I'm not the only one that needs to hear this message, that I have good company. Yeah. it is reassuring to know that I'm in good company. So thank you for being in this company. And yeah, anyone have questions about why is it? Or maybe questions is the wrong word. Does anyone have any more enlightening stories about things that you've overcome? So either thoughts that you're not good enough, feelings that you aren't quite strong enough, and that perhaps your inner or outer or upper voices don't matter. Because earlier I broke it down in saying that adults need to raise their inner voice, kids should raise their outer voice, and elders can raise their upper voice. But really, it's not if it's not an age requirement, if it's not an age thing, these scenarios are applicable to each of us at different times in life, right? That might be a better way of phrasing it and saying it than pegging people into certain age categories, because there are times, I'm certain there are times when adults need to raise their outer voice, when kids need to raise their upper voice, and where seniors need to raise their inner voice, and vice versa, and every other type of scenario with that. So it's not really restrictive to ages. And since we're all following different paths in life, things can apply to us at different times, right? That's why I love some of my favorite songs are ones that I can keep coming back to and get something different from. Same thing works for movies. Same thing works for, ultimately, it's any sort of communication tool. If I can go back, I've even had lectures that I've gone back and listened to again. And it's like, oh, this is so good. How did I not get this last time? How did I not understand this? Because a lot of times what I'm bringing to the table affects the message that I get from something, right? So it's in listening to a song, I'm going to get something completely different when I'm in a different state of mind. And when I do get the reassurance, I love, you know this, I keep going back to music because music does make me feel alive. It speaks to me, and it speaks to something deeper within me. It speaks to my soul. So when I can get something by going back to it and revisiting it, it's so encouraging and so just reassuring, like this conversation is for me. Would love to have you join the conversation. Feel free to type into the comments or give me a call if you want to call in. Calls are always welcome. 617-843-5393 is the phone number to call. Happy to have you join in this conversation. We're talking all about how you are enough on raising your inner voice. It's not just tonight that you are enough, though. You are enough all the time, and know that to be true. We'll be right back after this break.
Want to connect with Jay? Dial in as we continue raising your inner voice.
Are you worried about the stock market, your 401k, or rising costs? Hi, I'm Luke Noble of Noble Financial Group. As a certified financial planner, I know you can't plan for everything, but our dedicated team of professionals can better prepare you so your money lasts as long as you do. Let us help. Visit NobleFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through MML Investor Services. Member SIPC. Noble Financial Group is not an affiliate or subsidiary of MML Investor Services.
What does living a better life mean? And what's your process in figuring that out? If you want to join in the conversation live, tune in Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you want to gather your thoughts first, record a voice memo and email it to jay.foss@me.com, because I would love to have your voice in this conversation. If you think someone else might need a conversation like this one, then let them know to get involved.
Hi, folks. This is Gerard Moynihan of Moynihan Lumber. Professional builders choose Anderson Windows because they are the #1 trusted and recommended window and door brand in the United States. Anderson Windows and patio doors offer beautiful natural wood interiors, low maintenance exteriors, and outstanding energy efficiency. See the complete line of Anderson Windows on display at Moynihan Lumber in Beverly, North Reading, and Plastown, New Hampshire, or visit us at MoynihanLumber.com.
Moynihan Lumber, we measure up.
Not just another talk show. It's time to be heard. Online and on air. Raising your inner voice with Jay Foss.
And welcome back. This is Raising Your Inner Voice. And this evening we're speaking all about how you, my dear friend, you are good enough. Or at least that's my thought. I think that you are good enough. Lisa's chiming in, saying that at work there was so much drama, I was sick of it. People were not getting certain things done, and I got the courage to bring it up in our monthly group meeting. Lisa, how did that turn out? Yeah, having the courage. You are good enough to bring something up, worthy enough to bring something up. If you're noticing it and no one else is noticing it, yeah, raising your voice and letting people know about something is a great thing to do. And I mean, that does take courage, right? Particularly overcoming the courage of, well, what if people don't want me to bring this up? What if people are fine with things going on with all the drama happening at work? And what if there are repercussions of me bringing this up? I'm curious if that helped your work environment, Lisa. Yeah, that's really interesting. Would love to chime in. Okay, good. She has a follow-up response. I figured, what's the worst thing that will happen? Either people will be mad or things could actually change. I was willing to take that chance because I am deserving of a positive environment. Absolutely deserving of a positive environment at work. Yes. Yeah. And is there anyone that isn't? No, there's not. I think everyone's worthy of a positive work environment. And exactly like you brought up, I mean, what is the worst that could happen? I suppose the worst that could happen, the truly worst thing that could happen would be you got fired for bringing up something that you shouldn't bring up. However, the flip side is, what are the chances of that actually happening? People could get mad at you, right? But having the courage to affect change, if it means a more positive environment for you, and this is a perfect case scenario where it's not just you, right? If you're making a work environment a better place for you, it's going to be a better place for other people as well. And that goes to the whole concept behind raising your inner voice of, it's not just about us, right? It's making the world a little bit brighter, or at least our corner of the world a little bit brighter, and accepting who you are and that you are good enough and worthy enough, deserving enough to have a better work environment. Oh, that's so good. Lisa says, everyone listened and it went well. Best case scenario, right? Everyone listened and it went well. Oh, that's so encouraging to hear. Thank you for sharing that, Lisa. Yeah. See, yet again, you're proving the message. You are enough. And that's really encouraging for me, to know that you are living in a way that is not caring about what potentially other people will say, because in the reality proves a different track record, right? Like, this is overcoming those fearful thoughts of, well, what if people don't listen to me? No, this is proof. People actually listen to you. It was a great idea. There's less drama, and you're able to have a much better work environment, and other people are able to have a much better work environment as well. Oh, such a good message and good to hear. What are other ways that you don't know that you are good enough? What are other ways that you second guess yourself and wonder? I mean, I'll tell you, for me, it was restarting this podcast / radio show, even though I'm not on a radio station anymore, right? So I'm just distributing this to YouTube, and I'm like, well, are people really, is this going to resonate with people? Is this something that is going to be fulfilling for me and help other people at the same time? And time again, there's those thoughts and feelings of like, well, am I enough? Am I good enough to do this again? But I already didn't do it for so long. Maybe I shouldn't pick it back up again. And my example is, yeah, this does resonate with people, right? Kate just chimed back in. She says, oof, I don't think you have the airtime. Kate, come on, try us. We got plenty of time. There's plenty of time here to delve into any other scenarios. Oh, that's too funny. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, why is it that we even second guess ourselves? Why is it that we listen to these temporary extraneous thoughts and feelings that are stifling our deeper desire for well-being for ourselves and other people? It doesn't even make sense why this was built into the human psyche at some point. Like, I don't even know what the evolutionary trait is for second guessing oneself. Well, that's not true. I do. There were foolish people at some point that died. So therefore, it's good to second guess yourself and proceed with caution and make sure you don't get hurt, right? I mean, really, that's what it is. It's a safeguard. Okay, Jay, thanks for sharing. It's a safeguard. So our complete being doesn't want us to get hurt. And that's why we have this inner desire to safeguard and protect ourselves and not put ourselves out there, even though, as Lisa has pointed out, it went well. When you actually listen to this deeper inner voice, things go well. And that's why having people around ourselves who are maybe they're advanced in years, but maybe they're just advanced in living. Because those two don't go together always, right? They're not synonymous. But people who are advanced in years and are living their lives to the fullest, they're the people that know that we have limited time. And if we're limited on time, then we want to make sure that what we have matters. Not saying we should throw caution to the wind, but rather making sure that we're not wasting time, not leaving things on the table, not playing it too safe. So you don't want to play it too risky, but you don't want to play it too safe either, right? In having the sense that, you know what? I'm good enough and you're good enough too. And knowing that and seeing people living that way encourages me to be me. At the end of the day, I just need to be me. You need to be you. And I appreciate you being here, raising your inner voice and doing what we are doing for each other, because I'm truly grateful for the fact that we have this. Kate says, lovely. Glad I was able to tune into this episode. Kate, thank you so much for tuning in. Lisa, thank you as well. Thank you both for participating. And I hope that you have a wonderful evening, that you make sure that this week you are living a full, complete life and that you are living to the best of your capabilities and senses, and that you know from the bottom of my heart that you are good enough. So please be kind and gentle with yourself and share that same grace.
If you're enjoying this podcast, please help spread the word about raising your inner voice. Join the conversation live. Email jay.foss@me.com to suggest ideas to explore. Also share this podcast with your friends. Let those who need conversations like this have a chance to check it out.
Then let them know to get involved.